Now let's start our discussion on the decision tree. You have already an idea in the introduction. The decision tree is actually shows us the sequential um, the sequences of decisions and events. In the decision trees, it helps the engineers visualize and evaluate sequential decisions and others. So let's start. What is the decision tree? A decision tree is a graphical representation. So when we say a graphical representation, we are expecting some symbols or flows or others in the decision tree. At the same time, this is an analytical model. And this is used to represent sequential decisions and certain outcomes, probabilities, timing, and economic outcomes. Now, what does a decision tree shows? The decision tree illustrates decisions under the control of engineer or decision maker. It also shows uncertain events outside the decision maker's control and governed by chance. Aside from that, in the decision tree, you will be able to see alternative actions, possible consequences, probabilities associated with uncertain events, and of course, their associated monetary values, economic consequences, and the preferred decision obtained through rollback analysis. Now, decision trees are read from left to right, but evaluated from right to left. What is the purpose, by the way, of a decision tree? Earlier, I have said that decision trees help engineer visualize and evaluate sequential decisions. Now, further, decision trees help engineers to organize complex and sequential decisions. When there are several decisions that we need to do and they are in series, the decision trees organizes this complex and sequential decisions. Second is identify when decisions and certain events occur. So it will identify when a decision or certain events occur. You can evaluate multiple alternatives with a decision tree. There will be several alternatives in a decision tree, and you can evaluate this. You also consider probabilities because again, projects or the possible scenarios or outcomes in the projects are uncertain. And then we compare expected economic outcomes in each scenario and then identify the best decision at each decision node. So let's have a simple decision tree first. Um, this is not yet related to civil engineering, but this is an example of a decision tree. The decision tree is a sequence of decisions that you're going to make. For example, this is a decision tree showing if you're going to accept a new job or not. So at first, you have this one. If the salary is at least $50,000, then you accept. If not, you reject, you decline the offer. This is a decision tree. Next is if you're going to commute more than 1 hour, if yes, then you decline the offer. If no, you need to further evaluate it. For example, this is just an example. Does the company offers free coffee? If no, then decline. If yes, accept offer. This is a simple decision tree, and you can see here that there are several nodes, and then you have your decisions if you accept that, which leads to another possible outcome. Okay, next, this one. Let's say you're going on a vacation, and that is your decision. Now, as to where you're going to go, actually, you can construct a decision tree for that. First, you might want to go to Europe, or you want to visit a family, or go in a camping state. And then for each of this decision, what are you going to do? If you want to go to Europe, you visit Spain, Germany, or Hungary. And then there is also the possible outcomes. When you visit Spain, you can see new things and have a good time. Or if you visit Germany, you can still have a great time revisiting sites that you've already seen. Or Hungary, you can visit family, save money, and have a good time. Alright, so this is an example of a decision tree. There are events, and when you choose this one, it will also lead to another events or another scenario. Now let's connect that with the project development. Now, in project development, this is a simple example of a decision tree. All right. Let's say, are you going to go with the project or not? Right. So first is you are going to evaluate it based on the budget. Is there a definite budget? If no, then is there an alternative funding? If no, then you need to leave it alone because you might not be able to start the project when there is no funding. If yes, sort out funding. If there is a definite budget, was it a known champion for it? Uh, is there someone who will sponsor the project? If yes, you will proceed with another question. If no, if no one will sponsor the project, then you leave it alone. If someone will sponsor the project or there will be sponsors, then next question is the project's scope clear? Do you know what you are going to do? Is there a clear project scope? If there's no, happy to profit. If yes, then cash in. Go for it. If no, you might explain why you want to still pursue that project. Alright? And if there is a clear project scope, now let's go to the schedule. Is the schedule achievable? If no, then get more time. Then if yes, go for it. This is a simple decision tree for project development. Here we are evaluating the budget, the scope, and the schedule of the project. So as you can see here that there are decisions and each of these you're going to decide if there's a yes or no. This is just a simple decision tree. In the next video, we are going to discuss the components of a decision tree. What can we see in the decision tree and their parts?